to curse them in. You're gonna actually get the ult off, so Wukong, good ult from Lanoya, blast on to 3, they're actually diving, but Vince focusing the tower so they don't die to tower, gets a tower as well, a 3-for-1 trade.
Looks like there's gonna be engagement on mid. Aries lands it on to Minos, and Una gets instantly blown up. Minos in a lot of trouble though, he's gonna fall, double kill for team, Burninator, does fall though, but Vince, he's doing really good kiting, Lotus drops the auto, Apollo, he's gonna slide in, kill Vince. Lubu might get caught out. Lubu is gonna go in. Big 2-man stun there. He does pop his reflect though, but he gets instantly melted. There's lots of damage coming out in the back line. Electros does go down. Brennan in a lot of trouble though. He's getting caught out. Frozen Scepter going down. He gets instantly blown up. Pyrus in a lot of trouble. Both of them instantly kills him there.
They're gonna start the car here in the bottom lane though. Burninator does jump in, lands a stun on the Nosferatu. Nosferatu, but River of Blood doing a lot of damage on the Burninator. Wukong wants to jump in. Gets actually frozen. Scepter is so low right now. Lunari with a huge ult, he actually blows up Electros. They're going on to the Burninator. Burninator jumping solo, but he actually jumps out. They're actually going to try to pull good ulti there from Ares onto the Pandora. Gets the kill. Vince dropping very low, trying to kite. He can't kite. Millions just gets enough blood. Oh, huge ulti from Nosferatu and Electros going on to Virtus. Virtus is dropping solo. They're actually going to chase here. Electros keeps chasing, actually hits the Confuse on the Burner. Burner's going to drop solo. Crystal can land and poke, and they're going to go on to Pandora on the side. Nosferatu does a lot of damage onto Pandora, dropping solo. Wukong there as well. They do just get the kill onto Xin, so they might go high ground here. Xin is down for 13 seconds. It looks like they're just going to get a second free tower in the bottom lane. Honestly playing a great game right now, this Electros. Look at them trying to chase him too. I feel like they're wasting so much time. Just let him do this. They should just push down the lane. Have no fear. Yeah, he's gonna split push, but he's not getting really into your tower, your base yet, so I don't know. Let's get away from that. Good stun coming out from Wanya. Going on to the Flavia. She does use ult. They're gonna get the kill here. He can't actually burst her down. She's healing up too much. Uses her heal and they get the return kill on Yu. And they good burst damage in from Burninator jumping in. Zhang Fei does get the taunt off. Flavia so low. Oh, Cleopatra almost winning on that backline. So yeah, they're 5k now. Was that a 3k? Now it's a 5k. They might actually catch out Niza here. Doesn't land the snare. She's so low. The claw just misses. Oh, Lunaria. What a dodge from Niza though! Ooh, actually jumping on the Poseidon, gets a good stun. They actually chain lock him down so low. Someone going on in the back line, the dog gets blown up, and Niza uses her ult. Oh, on the back line here though, they're actually taking a good fight. Una drops her ult in the middle of all this, and they do take the tower. Aiden just focus the tower down. I actually think that might be a little bit of a strategy there. It's actually kind of smart now that I think about it.
Yeah, if MC were to push high ground, probably a majority of the autos, if they weren't in range, they'd probably just hit the wards instead, so.
Gets a free tower here. Poseidon might be caught out, uses his invincibility, gets jumped on, Frozen Scepter onto him. Apollo does jump into the backline, Lubu jumping solo, tower solo, he does get ultied. Oh, Aiden does get a kill onto Pyrus though. Poseidon so low, used his ultimate to try to finish off Lubu, couldn't finish him off. First tower, going down to MC. Apollo jumping in, gets obliterated though. That's the second kill going in the way. Lunario with a great ult, jumping back in, good kill there from Cleopatra. Levi drops as well.
Yeah, Poseidon's gonna have to position himself really well.
Ooh, these are actually going in. Gets dropped. Can she die? No, she actually gets popped. This is gonna be the first big fight. Jason actually getting low. No, he gets absolutely blown up. Levi getting blown up as well. Good damage coming out from Cleopatra. Gets Una so low with the workhole. One down on for Nosferatu. Two down for Tia. They're actually gonna reinitiate. Huge damage coming out from Cleo. Gets a double kill there onto them. A 3-for-3 exchange. Lunari does drop her ult. Hello everybody, and we're back with day 3 of the Asia HEC Arena. I'm Fataluna, and I'm here joined with Sean Khan. How are you this morning or evening?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good, man. Just a little tired, a little under the weather. You guys can tell my voice. Throat is a little under the weather, but, looking forward to this best of 3 that we do have between Dia and Virtus. Should look to be a good series.
Yeah, we saw both teams yesterday. They played a very, very good game, good series. and yeah, they made it this far. They're playing for third place now. And but yeah, just a heads up, this is only the third place game today. The finals is going to be next month in October 27th to 29th for the Asia finals.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be played in Manila, the Philippines, at the ESGS Center, Esports Gaming Summit, the SMX Convention Center, I believe.
Yep.
And so yeah, the finals next month. Stay tuned for that. Follow the Heroes of All for that. But today it's just the best of three for third place, Virtus versus Deer.
Yeah, so there's a bit of money on the line here and a bit of pride as well. I mean, um, I think both of these teams want to win this. They're both up for it. Seems like the lobby is filling up, and I want to see a little more from Dia today. I feel like their games yesterday weren't as as strong as they were in day one, and I think they have something to prove to not just themselves but the whole community.
Yeah, they you can tell that they're actually a very knowledgeable team. Like as we saw yesterday, they were doing a really sick ward strat where the
Yeah,
creeps would push in the base and they would attack the wards instead of
yeah, that was a really
hitting
cool
the
play.
base. Yeah, you can tell these players are really knowledgeable, but I just like to see them maybe draft a little bit better and play more to their style.
Yeah, they try to switch their draft up a little bit in comparison to day one. They're running kind of a heavy mage strat in day one, and day two they kind of switched it up a little bit, which is very strange to me. I feel like that's not good to do in a tournament, especially when you are winning games. Okay, you can switch it up if you start to lose games, but they randomly went for tank comps after day one when they were not running tank comps at all. So it was kind of weird to see them switch off like that.
Yeah, I agree. Usually, like you hear the saying a lot: if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they kind of
I
just
ain't broke.
changed. Ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
But yeah, they kind of changed up their strat yesterday, and it's probably not the reason it cost them the game, but I would have liked to see them play their full out mage comp and do some work with it.
Yeah, and then Virtus also has something to prove. They did lose the series 2-1 yesterday, and the games that they did lose were a little bit in a convincing fashion against who was it against again? Sorry, having a brain fart here. Regardless, they lost 2-1, and it just it just wasn't the best of performances from them. The games they did lose, it was kind of a stomp,
It
and
was
the one
against
game
it was against Luminous. Sorry.
that's right, Luminous. And the game they did win was kind of it was very hard game for them to win. It was a long game, and I think they have something to prove here where they themselves also kind of had a disappointing series where they looked good in just one of the games, but the other two games were kind of a little bit of a stomp. So maybe they got to come into this game, to show themselves and show everyone that they're not something to be put. They're not a team to be pushed around. So we'll see if they can switch that up here. What do you think was one of the biggest downfalls of Virtus and Deal yesterday?
I think it came down to positioning. We saw them get caught out over and over and over again. It was like before the fight would even happen, one of VT's members would just get picked off and then it would be a 4v5 and then they'd reinitiate a 4v5, which is not really what you want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
also they weren't really taking control of objectives very much. They're letting a lot of objectives go rather than fighting for them. So I'd like to see them have more presence around the map and try and stick as a team and not get caught out.
Yep, I can agree with that. And I think another good thing to note here is Dia should not be giving up Freya, because Virtus, when the game they did win, Freya put in so much work, is in on that Freya. But we're gonna go straight into the draft here. Apollo does get banned, and Ezrath as well. And we saw the strength of Apollo throughout this whole tournament. And why do you think he's been such a priority right now for these teams?
I just feel like he's overall a solid initiator. He also has very, very good CC. He can just get in and out of fights and like do so much damage. He has that shield as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very tanky. I just feel like he's one of those playmaking heroes where you can, do an aggressive play. You can slide under tower, stun someone, blow them up, and then slide out. So I can see why he's definitely first pick or first ban.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of benefits being able to jump into pits as well and jump out of pits and able to dive towers with that shield and jump in on top of towers. So definitely a contested pick right now, and he was first banned. So we also see a Lotus ban, which I can see why Virtus banned it because Dio was playing it a decent amount in day one, but they didn't seem to run it in day two, which is maybe Virtus is thinking they're gonna go back to their roots and decided to ban it, which I think was a pretty smart ban.
Yep, and Dia they're gonna ban the Freya and the Aiden,
Hmm.
which I think is very smart. Like you said, BT doing so much work on that Freya as well as the Aiden. I think yesterday
Yeah, yeah, they
they're
did.
running a lot of Aiden.
And I think also Dio did get kind of stomped on by the Aiden when they first mercenaries. So maybe they don't know how to deal with it, and they're gonna try to figure it out. But they do pick an instant Lunaria and Ares, which I really like that combo. Two very strong heroes. Jean, Una, and Crystal coming out from Virtus, so that's
It's
already
a
a
lot of
three mage.
AOE.
Yeah, a lot of AOE, a lot of stuns as well, and just a lot of burst damage actually coming out from Virtus. Maybe taking a note out of Dia from day one. Um, Kind of liking it right now from Virtus. And they do pick up a Cleopatra and Vince. So Dia going in the same similar route right now with 3 backline at the damage deals and just the 1 frontliner. And we can see Virtus still hasn't had their frontliner. They do pick up a Pyrus, so that's going to be their ADC most likely. And they're going to pick up maybe a Burninator here, a frontline. I'd like to see maybe a Lu Bu there or Guan Yu, but Burninator has been the pick for a lot of teams coming into this tournament. He's not the most broken, but he's just so stable and can get so much done because he can land those 4-man stuns and follow up on stuns as well.
Yeah, Burnator, he's one of those heroes where, he's a very safe pick. He's not crazy OP, but he can
Hmm.
turn he can turn team fights around with landing huge stuns, and they do have the comp to do it with the Burnator. So I think it's a good pickup for the team.
Yep, I agree. And we're going to get right into the game here. They do pick up a Poseidon on their last pick, so very similar to day one for Dia. So I kind of like their lineup a little bit. Although, I don't know, I might be leaning towards the Virtus lineup. Maybe just a little bit, but it can get out of control if this Ares does get very tanky and win a lot of those duel wins, and he can probably just take over this game. So it's gonna look at how Virtus's early game gets played out here.
Welcome to Hero
Yeah, I
Welcome.
agree.
Troops deploy in 5
I think
seconds.
both drafts are pretty well drafted right now.
Troops have
I am
deployed.
probably favoring Diaz a little bit more. They are playing like a pick-off comp. I know I do usually favor the team fight comps, but I think Diaz's lineup right now is really really solid with Ares and Lunaria
Poseidon too.
as well as Cleo.
They're actually gonna go in to steal the buff. So this gives a nice little
VT.
cute play from VT.
Yeah.
Poseidon gonna try to steal it back. Oh, and he
Oh.
actually just misses it. So it's a good little steal there from Virtus. We haven't seen too much of that in this tournament. But it's always good to do. Get a little bit of a gold lead for your team in early game and get yourself a buff.
Yeah, so now they have 2 buffs on the map, which is really really good.
Yep.
1 gold buff and 1 attack buff on Pirates.
We can see some good wards coming out here too as well. Actually, I don't like these wards coming out from Dia in the top lane. They kind of just warded their own camps, which isn't the best. I do like this ward near the tower to see if any TPs and stuff are coming in for a late gank or a lane gank. So wards seem pretty standard right now in terms of what they want to do with the wards, though. I don't know. Some of them are a bit weird. There's a ward on top of his own high ground, and he has one on their high ground as well in the mid lane, so we'll see. So Zin. So when we're talking about this Ares, you expect him to build a little tanky as well here, right? Because I mean, they don't really have a front liner or a tank damage dealer, or sorry, a tank. So it'd be strange for him to just go outright damage, especially when they have this Vince and they have all these big damage dealers in the backline with Cleo, Poseidon, Lunaria. So I feel like that'd be the right route to go, right?
Yeah, I I think it's okay to build maybe one damage item. That way you can probably clear the jungle fast in the early game, try and get a gold lead. But after that, I feel like you just need to go straight tank, because if you're the only one that's in the front line and you're squishy, you're gonna get
actually gonna go in on bottom. Xin drop's really low. He does have the defense buff though, so that does help him out. TP's coming out heavy into this bottom lane. We're not able to actually find anything, so 2 TPs do get used by Virtus, and Una might, her TP's gonna be down for a little bit, and she's actually gonna get her tower chunked here. Able to actually use a lot of abilities to clear this mid, and it could get tower damage onto the Ares. Good taunt there from Ares onto the Crystal, and they actually blow him up with the Cleopatra's claws. Good turnaround there from Dia, knowing that they're able to get that kill and get out from under the tower, so well played there.
Yeah, Dia just took advantage that VT forced 2 TPs in the bot lane. Ares instantly rotated mid, got like really good damage on that tower, and as soon as Gene ported in, instantly taunted him and got first blood.
Yeah, very good play there from Dia, liking their movement right now on the map. Virtus maybe need to be doing a little smarter movement. They actually are a couple thousand gold behind, which is strange to see this early on the game, especially when they did steal the buff. But they might look to engage here. Crystal actually does get snared. Claw does come through, does good damage on her. Dragon is up, so this could be a fight. Vince is still pushing right now on the bottom lane. Vernator looking to initiate. Poseidon actually does steal the buff with his wave, and he gets a defense buff, which is a good buff to have when you're going to get into a team fight. This Vince putting a lot of pressure on this bottom lane. I'm going to get so much damage. I might actually be able to get it. We're going to be able to take a look here if he does. Pyro's coming into the bottom lane. They are trying to steal their wolves here in the top. But this tower drops so low, and Ares as well. Split pushing this top tower. Virtus has to make a decision on what they want to do here. Vernator looks like he's going to initiate. Doesn't actually go in though.
Yeah, it looks like Dia's just gonna back up. Ares gonna port mid, try and get some more damage on that mid tower.
So this looks, yeah, this looks a lot more like the Dio we saw from day one. They're making the other team rotate so much that they don't know what to do, and they're just taking these small little wins, getting tower damage all over the map. Not obviously getting the towers yet, but you know, if you look at the tower damage in comparison to each team, Virtus is so low compared to Dia's. So Dragon is up. No team has done it yet. I think both teams are a little scared to do it.
I feel like VT could probably just run in and do it, and Una could just drop ult.
Yeah.
And usually take it.
Gonna actually in on top.
Yep. Frozen Scepter going down.
Poseidon solo. Burninator's gonna dive. He's diving in onto Burninator. A Crystal, sorry, Cleo actually does use her snare on Burninator, who's dropping solo. Does die to tower. Trying to stun Vince, but Vince does get the turnaround, and they can't actually bring him down. Gene did drop there. But do you see the split push from Ares coming in the mid? He actually does taunt Xin, and he's doing so much damage, and Pyrus gets absolutely blown up. What a play there, Bun Stiff.
He actually gets the tower as well. That's a very, very good trade from Dia right now.
Actually trying to find some more. He's actually going to start the dragon.
Burnator, he's getting caught out though. Yeah, he has to back up. There's no way. I don't know if they're going to go in for this. It looks like Burnator is. He's going to go in. He lands a 2-man stun there. Big AoE.
So much damage.
So much damage. You got to keep going. Bomb. Vince gets stunned. Instantly blowing up. Double kill for Crystal.
They're going to go on this Poseidon as well. Can they find the kill? He's so low. He does use invisibility, but he gets blown up by Crystal. Oh, huge drop there from Poseidon, but not able to actually follow up. Oh, Cleo does so much damage. Once again, they got to go and take this dragon now.
I thought she was gonna go in for that.
Yeah, me too. I thought she was not gonna play like a, but she did. She did play like one. Everyone out there knows what I'm talking about. Did this dragon go down?
Yeah, it actually fell. I'm not sure who took it, but the gold is even right now. So I actually think VT took it because they were behind in gold.
That was a big play there. Ooh, it's a good stun from Una in the top lane, getting a lot of damage done, but she does drop her ult, which is very strange. Pyrus needs to be careful here in the bottom lane. He does have an attack buff. Looks like he's trying to fight this Vince, but Ares is coming in. This looks like he's going to get a taunt under the tower. Vince does pop his ultimate. They're trying to finish him off, and they do get him burst. But Stiff just doing so much work in this early game. They're going to go in on top two. Burnator jumping in, going out to this Cleo, dropping so low. He needs to back up here. Does use his heal, but he is going to back up here, trying to steal this. Yeah, she actually does steal the buff. So they get the tower in the bottom lane. Dia doing really good work with this pickoff strat that you were mentioning before. Ares just doing so much work around this map, creating so much space and causing so much rotations.
Yeah,
You
it
get
looks
a
like
return
VT,
there.
they're gonna get the return, the trade in the middle lane on the tower. And Ares, he's just rotating so well. You know, he got the tower bot lane, instantly ports top, and they're gonna probably get this top tower now.
Yeah, this is what I like to
all of
see.
VT to rotate.
Ares does get a vengeful deity right away, which is something that's very strong in him, considering he makes people attack him, and when teammates want to blow him up while he's taunting one of the enemies, when the enemy wants to blow him up because of it, you can just pop that deity, and it's very hard to bring him down as well as defend your teammate because you're just doing so much damage to yourself. So it's a really good early game pickup. I actually really like it.
Yeah, like if he taunts anybody and pops deity at the same time, whoever tries to blow him up to get the taunt off is just gonna take so much damage. So that's a really good pickup for especially in the early game.
They're actually gonna start Zakari here. Poseidon is split pushing in top, so that's gonna be a little bit of a problem. Crystal looks like is gonna rotate there. But Zakari is dropping so low, and Virtus has no idea. So Dia does take the Zakari. Looking very strong in this game. Dia just taking control.
Yeah, they're
of the
just
game
everywhere
now.
on the map.
Yeah. Oh, Pyrus actually gets caught out here. Zin. Oh, might not get blown up. Lunaria does use her. Oh, good ult from Lunaria, but Una does a lot of damage. Ares in there by himself. Uses deity. They cannot bring him down. He's doing so much work, causing so much havoc. Burn Eater gets so low. Cleo does jump in. Cleo does get dropped by Crystal though. Crystal. 3 for 2 right there.
And you can see the power of deity in that fight. He instantly taunted and popped the deity, and everybody who was focusing him just got instantly melted.
Yeah, that was very poor positioning there from Zin. We saw Zin do so much work yesterday when he did play that Freya, but he just seems to be such an aggressive ADC that if he does get caught out, or he likes to be aggressive, which caused him to get caught out, sorry. So sometimes it does not work, and in that situation you could clearly see it was not something that worked out.
You really gotta be careful with your positioning. If you get caught out as an ADC and die first, your team is missing so much damage for the team fight that there's almost no way that you're gonna win.
Yeah, especially since so much gold is going in favor or like being brought to you. Your team's always trying to get you farm, so they don't want to waste that gold on someone that's just constantly dying. And it's happened the last couple of fights now.
Yeah, it looks like BT, they're gonna start dragging, they're gonna start hitting it over the wall.
Yeah, but Dia doesn't even care, because Ares is just split pushing this bottom. He does get another tower. They're gonna go in on this Poseidon and lands a stun on Poseidon. He is CC immune right now. Good ulti there from Poseidon. It's a huge ult from Lunaria as well. Good wombo there from Dia. And they're going in, and Cleo is doing a lot of work right now, getting the chase on. Lunaria does use her snare. Or sorry, Cleo does use her snare to get that second kill. So Cleo, oh, this Ares gets a bottom turret. It actually taunts Viva, and Viva goes down. And this might be game 1, going in favor of Dia over Virtus. Well played to Dia. Very liking how they're going back to their roots and starting to play the way they were in day 1.
Yeah, NMP on that Poseidon, he played that so well. He got caught out a little bit, but he instantly reacted, popped his Jade Heart so he didn't get CC'd, turned around, landed a 4-man Trident, and Cleo followed it up with a big ulti and a snare. Just absolutely melted VT.
Yeah, Lunaria also followed up as well, landing like a 3-man ultimate. So it was pretty big there from NMP, and Stiff just doing so much work on this Ares all game, split pushing in that bottom lane, and no one could 1v1 him. He did go a bit of a tank, or not a tankier build, sorry, a bit of a greedier build in terms of damage, but I think he was, because they were so far ahead, he just knew that no one could 1v1 him. Let's just take 1v1 engagements, and he's going to be winning those 1v1 engagements all the time. So great play there from Dia, and I'm looking forward to game 2 here.
Yeah, what do you think VT needs to do to win this next game?
They need to be more as a unit. I feel like Viva had a fantastic game on Crystal, doing so much work, and Una as well had a very good game, but Zin needs to start figuring out his positioning, and maybe the Gene isn't working out too hot for them. I just feel like their positioning and movement on the map just isn't as good as Diaz right now. They're always as five, like letting themselves get split pushed, and it just doesn't look too good for them because they're just always so in that game. They're just always letting this Ares and Vince split push, and they didn't know what decision to make. They would go as five top, and then let them take so much damage bottom, and TP 3 or 4 bottom to defend, and then take so much damage top. You need to only TP a couple in, uh, maybe onto the tier 2, and then go defend that tier 1 because they were TPing into these towers like YOLO. I'm TPing in, and then Ares would just taunt you under tower. So it's maybe a bit safer to TP behind and walk into the lane so Ares can't instantly duel you. He actually has to dive a little farther if he wants to get you. So I think Virtus needs to just play, a little smarter here, but it is difficult for them. What do you think Virtus needs to do? Because that was my opinion on them in this game.
I think you're right as far as positioning and stuff. Like Zin, he did get caught out quite a bit. And that they lack so much team or damage in those team fights. So he needs to try and position better around the map. And also, I feel like VT they didn't really pick anything to deal with this Ares, especially they knew that Ares is probably going to be split pushing the entire game, but they didn't
Mm-hmm.
really have anybody to go up in the 1v1 against him. They ran a mage heavy comp. So if anybody were to go and even under tower, just defend the tower, he would taunt them under tower and just instantly kill them. So I feel like they need to draft something that could really deal better with the split push that Deer is coming out with.
Yeah, even just talking about the draft, actually, we do know that a lot of teams, if they did give up Ares in the draft, they would pick up the Lunaria because Lunaria is so good at countering Ares by just putting them under her phase shift and not allowing anyone to do any damage. So when Ares does get that taunt off, Lunaria is a very good counter to that. But they actually gave up Lunaria and Ares, and they first picked Una. So maybe that was a little mistake coming out from Virtus. Then they need to realize they got to get something done if they're gonna, or they need to get a hero that is good against Ares, regardless if it's someone that can 1v1 or someone that can save, such as Lotus and Lunaria. So hopefully we're going to see that in game 2 of this best of 3 series. This is for third place, and Virtus needs to switch it around. So we'll be back very shortly. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in the next 5 to 10, I think they said 10 minutes. The game should be starting at 7:30 server time and 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. So please stick around, guys. We'll be back shortly.
blow up the custom in. You're gonna actually get the ult off, so Wukong, good ult from Lanoya, blast onto 3, they're actually diving, but Vince focusing the tower so they don't die the tower, gets a tower as well, a 3-for-1 trade.
Looks like there's gonna be engagement on mid. You get Ares lands it on to Minos, and Una gets instantly blown up. Minos in a lot of trouble though, he's gonna fall, double kill for team, Burnator,
Return kills.
Does fall though, but Vince, he's doing really good kiting, Bonus drops the auto, Apollo, he's gonna slide in, kill Vince.
Luke
Might get
actually
caught out.
jumps in the back.
Luke is gonna go in. Big 2-man stun there. He does pop his reflect though, but he gets instantly melted. There's lots of damage coming out in the back line. Electros does go down. Brennan in a lot of trouble though. He's getting caught out. Frozen Scepter going down. He gets instantly blown up. Pirates in a lot of trouble. Both of them instantly kills him there.
They're gonna start the card here in the bottom lane. Burnator does jump in, lands a stun on the Nosferatu. Nosferatu, but River and Blood doing a lot of damage on the Burnator. Wukong wants to jump in. Gets actually Frozen Scepter, is so low right now. Lunari with a huge ult, he actually blows up Electros. They're going onto the Burnator, Burnator jumping solo, but he actually jumps out. They're actually gonna try to poke, good ulti there from Ares onto the Pandora. Gets the kill, Vince dropping very low, trying to kite. He can't kite, Millions just gets enough blood. Oh, huge ulti from Nosferatu and Electros going on to Virtus. Virtus is dropping solo. They're actually going to chase here. Electros keeps chasing, actually hits the Confuse on the Burnator. Burnator's going to drop solo. Crystal can land and poke, and they're going to go on to Pandora on the side. Nosferatu does a lot of damage onto Pandora, dropping solo. Wukong there as well. They do just get the kill onto Xin, so they might go high ground here. Xin is down for 13 seconds. It looks like they're just going to get a second free tower at the bottom lane. Honestly, playing a great game right now, this Electros. Look at them trying to chase him too. I feel like they're wasting so much time. Just let him do this. They should just push down the lane. Have no fear. Yeah, he's gonna split push, but he's not getting really into your tower, your base yet. So I don't know. But let's get away from that. Good stun coming out from Guanya, going onto the Flavia. She does use ult. They're gonna get the kill here. He can't actually burst her down. She's healing up too much. Uses her heal and they get the return kill on Guanyu. And they good burst damage there from Burnator jumping in. Zhang Fei does get the taunt off. Flavia so low. Oh, Cleopatra almost winning on that backline. So yeah, they're 5k. That was at a 3k. Now it's at 5k. They might actually catch out Niza here. Doesn't land the snare. She's so low. The claw just misses. Oh, Lunaria. What a dodge from Niza though. Ooh, actually jumping on the Poseidon, gets a good stun. They actually chain lock him down so low. Someone going on in the back line, and now he gets blown up. And Niza uses it all. Oh, on the back line here though, they're actually taking a good fight. Una drops her ult in the middle of all this, and they do take the tower. They didn't just focus the tower down. I actually think that might be a little bit of a strategy there. It's actually kind of smart now that I think about it.
Yeah, if MC were to push high ground, probably a majority of the autos, if they weren't in range, they'd probably just hit the wards instead, so.
Gets a free tower here. Poseidon might be caught out, uses his invincibility, gets jumped on, Frozen Scepter onto him. Apollo does jump into the backline, Lubu jumping solo, tower solo, he does get ulted. Oh, Aiden does get a kill onto Pyrus though. Poseidon so low, used his ultimate to try to finish off Lubu, couldn't finish him off. First tower, going down to MC. Apollo jumping in, gets obliterated though. That's a second kill going in the way. Lunario with a great ult, jumping back in, good kill there from Cleopatra. Levi drops as well.
Yeah, Poseidon's gonna have to position himself really well.
Ooh, these are actually going in. Gets dropped. Can she die? No, she actually gets popped. This is gonna be the first big fight. Jason actually getting low. No, he gets absolutely blown up. Levi getting blown up as well. Good damage coming out from Cleopatra. Gets Una so low with the Oracle. One down on for Nosferatu. Two down for Tia. They're actually gonna reinitiate. Huge damage coming out from Cleo. Gets a double kill there onto them. A 3-for-3 exchange. Lunari does drop her ult as well. Welcome back, guys, and we're here on day 3. Dia does take game 1 over Virtus, but Virtus looking to change the tides here. I'm joined alongside by Shandakan, and we're ready for this game too, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Hoping Virtus can, step it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Outdraft a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a big problem with their drafts, but there has been just an issue with positioning and the way they rotate around the map, which is just causing them to lose these games, and it's a very similar yesterday. We did talk about it even before the draft earlier today that just their positioning and getting caught out is their biggest issue. Their drafts have not been too bad. They've actually been pretty good and pretty strong. Just
Yeah, like they're not bad. It's just in terms of drafting, like you were mentioning earlier, when Aries and Lunaria are up, I want to see them pick at least one of them because otherwise they'll just have nothing to deal with the Aries, and
I agree.
I just
And
feel like that was a big misplay.
just to throw it out there, I know a couple people were asking me how the prize pool is being divvied up. So first place does get $2,000 USD, but in this Asia tournament, the first place prize won't be happening until October 27th in Manila. There will be a land finals, and it might actually be a little more than that. Second place is $1,000 American, and then third and fourth place is a difference of I think $200. So if you're third place, I think they win like $500, and fourth place wins 100 or something. So alongside that though, they get a bunch of in-game stuff like thousands of gems, um, thousands of gold, in-game gold rather, level 3 jewels, level 4 jewels. So something, it's not. I mean, I guess it's not the biggest difference for third place. There's a little bit of money on the line, but I think it's more just pride. And Heroes Evolved is looking to in the future look at these teams and which ones are the strongest, and possibly invite them to tournaments. So this could be a good way of Geo or Virtus showing that they are one of the top 3 teams in Asia. I don't know if you want to be a top 4 team. It sounds a little better to be a top 3, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think they get in-game borders as well,
Yes, yes, they get
which
in-game
is pretty
voters.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you're first place, you get that championship border, which comes along with a lot of bragging rights within the server.
Oh yeah. Everyone will know that you're the champ, so no one can really BM you anymore, and you just can just BM everyone else. Be like, I'm the champion. Just so everyone wondering about giveaways in chat, we will be giving away after this series, or not even this series, after this game. So if Virtus does win, we'll be doing a giveaway after this series, or sorry, this game, and then also at the end of the series. So there could be possible 2 giveaways. But let's get straight into the draft here. It actually just started. And they're gonna instantly ban. Dio's gonna instantly ban Ares, so they're not gonna give up the Ares at all.
It's quite strange though because they do have first pick, and they did first pick it last game, so maybe they just feel like switching it up a little bit.
Maybe they have something a little different on mind. Lilith, we saw that hero be picked up a little bit in EU, not too much now in Asia. Apollo does get banned, which I mean is a good ban. That hero just did so much work in this tournament. Millions playing it, and I forget who else played it, but in the very first series against Dia of the tournament, someone played it so well and made so much big plays.
Yeah, I believe it was a member from SL99
Yeah, it
who played
was.
it really, really well. Yeah, he kept his entire team in the game. Like,
Yeah, so good. Lubu does get banned here, which is a little strange to see considering we haven't seen too much of him come out from Virtus. And there's a Lunaria ban. So the Lunario and Ares actually both get banned from Dia, showing that, you know what, we'll ban these heroes because we don't need them to beat you guys. Maybe kind of a little bit of a BM there, so kind of like that coming out from Dia. Waiting on Virtus's ban here. They do ban out Freya, and they're gonna ban out Ezrath. Dia did run Ezrath in day 1, and they instantly pick Aiden. So Dia's gonna pick up that Aiden, and it looks like they're gonna be picking up the Wolfram, which we've seen do a lot of work
ooh,
this tournament, and the Una. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but
I think they're
I don't
two
know.
solid picks.
Yeah,
Wolfram, we saw the power of him. After it gets past 10 minutes, he can literally two-shot towers. Una, always a really safe pick. But
yeah, I
Aiden,
guess.
we've seen
I
be
just
very,
think,
very strong.
yeah, I was just about to say actually, Lotus was still in the pool, so I thought maybe Virtus could have possibly picked it up, as it's so good with dealing with pressure, and they seem to have issues with dealing with pressure and being caught out, and Lotus allows you to deal with that a lot easier not being able to get caught out as much by using her ult defensively and being able to reorganize yourselves. So
Yeah, I really like this Lotus pick because now whoever Wolfram initiates onto, Lotus is going to be either there with her ulti or her confused. So
hey Sean, can you
Wolfram.
smell what the Virtus is cooking? Cause they got the rock, boy. They got a rock, man. So very.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw this get picked. I think once in this tournament so far, and it actually did, or maybe even twice, and it actually did a lot of work. The only issue with him is he has no stuns and that can't really peel for his own team. So that's what it looks like. What Virtus's lineup is kind of lacking right now. A lot of stuns, but they do have a lot of like slows from Rockman and Crystal, and Una does have a bit of a stun. Wolfram does have a stun if he can get someone solo, but
Just something to point out, I do like the Minos pickup from Zia. VT's lineup is looking pretty squishy, especially if Wolfram goes more of a carry build. That's 4 squishy members from VT, so I think this Minos execute is going to be huge this game.
yeah, I'm really liking this Mikio pickup too. I just love this hero. He's so good at just causing havoc, jumping into the air, slicing people up. Just like, oh, I don't know. He's just such a fun hero to watch. Can get so much work done, and I feel like he's a very good pick against this draft since they're actually a very squishy lineup from Virtus.
Yeah, Mikio, he's very squishy, but at the same time, he has really good mobility. He's able to get in there and get some resets, and also if he's in a lot of trouble, could pop his ulti, and he's invulnerable for like 3 seconds. So even though he's squishy, very good pick, high mobility. We'll just have to see which team uses their comp better.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My tablet decided to go and open Google Maps or something quickly, but we're back in it.
Oh, look at this though, VT, they're playing aggressive again, invading the buff. Looks like Una will get the defense buff.
Yeah,
Let's
they
see if
actually.
Minos. Oh, I thought Minos would have skilled this pull first and pull someone into the tower. That would have been.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think he skilled it because he thought he was gonna be jungling, so he didn't need it. But
I really like when players don't skill right away and they would just wait for the early game to start before they figure
Yeah.
out what the play is. But that would have been pretty cool. I think he had a big opportunity to at least pull two members in the tower there.
good damage coming out from Zen here with the Vince pick. Maybe Vince might be a little bit of a better hero for Zen just because he gets caught out a lot. Maybe just being so range heavy and having that ult for the extra range just allows him to, be in a little bit better position.
Yeah, if he still gets caught out with Vince range, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, but
Yeah.
First blood.
Oh, I actually don't even
Ooh.
catch that. First blood in the top lane.
oh my Crystal!
Ooh. Mikio going back in!
Oh,
Slain.
Crystal actually gets a double kill there.
Yeah, she does find the Lotus over the wall. What a play from Crystal. So that's a 2-for-1 trade. 1k gold lead now in terms of gold going in way of Virtus.
Nice little start there from Virtus. That's what I want to see this game. And once again, invading buff. They dedicate 3 to this, which I think is fine.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Dragon is gonna be up in 20 seconds as well.
Oh, Cleo almost gets melted in the middle lane, but they are going to initiate onto Una. Una in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
This
solo!
might be-
Yeah!
Yeah! See ya, never, bud.
See ya never, bud is right, because you're dead. But maybe not see ya never, because he is going to respawn in 8 seconds. Wolfram does find a kill in the top lane as well. With that attack buff, just Ada not able to sit in the lane versus him.
Yeah, he's going to be shredding it. I'd like to see them force a fight on Dragon right now. That attack buff on Wolfram is actually huge.
Yeah, for all you guys spamming in chat, you all know where I live now. That's right. So send me gifts, guys. Send me some free money.
Yeah, send me codes.
Yeah, send me codes to my address. So tell you guys baby rage about codes. But they are gonna take Dragon here from Virtus. Virtus is going to take this dragon pretty easy. So a lot better movement coming out from Virtus. Wolfram doing a lot of work in this early game, not allowing anyone, kind of playing a similar role to what Ares did last game. Just no one can really 1v1 him.
Yeah, there's not much that they can do right now to stop him, but oh, looks like there's gonna be a gank on Una. No.
They are like going here on top though. TPs are coming in. Mikio does jump in. He's gonna try to turn. Lotus does get like a 3-man ulti. Mikio with a big ult as well. Does so much damage. Zin drops on Vince. Looks like his positioning isn't better. Wolfram, yeah, he is a werewolf, but his name is Wolfram. Does drop as well. Mikio gets dropped on by Godzilla, aka Rockman and Una. Ooh, they're actually gonna find out Rockman
out here. Leo lands a snare onto Rockman. He's got to retreat.
Yeah, they're not smelling what he's cooking right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and look at Aiden in the bot lane, just we're pushing a little bit. But
good ulti there from Lotus in that top lane, landing a 3-man ult, and Zin does get taken out.
Yeah, that was actually really huge from Lotus. Big ulti. Wolfram's got to be careful here.
Yep, Stiff did so much work on that Ares last game. Just trying to make plays again this game. Gold is exactly even right now. They are putting pressure on this mid lane. Good zoning there from Una, just not allowing Cleo to get in to clear the wave, so getting good damage. The car will be up in 55 seconds as well.
Oh, and it looks like Mikio's gonna get caught out. Nope.
Can't chase.
Instantly dodges away. That was a good read. I think Una dropped her ult a little too soon. She probably should have shot her bomb first, but...
Yeah, actually, Wolfram gonna jump in on Cleo, doing so much damage. Does get the stun. Oh! Just burst her down! Mince! Doing so much work here and gonna take a tower. Well played there by Mince on this Wolfram. Showing why he should be banning against this team.
Yeah, and it looks like there's gonna be ports in the bot lane, but it looks like Minos is wrapping around Lotus with a 2-man. Oh, he is gonna pull Vince in, and Vince instantly executed.
I love the execution. I love it. Just looks so awesome. Just like, I feel like if I were to do that in real life, I'd be screaming. If I was Steph, just execute someone, just destroy them. Love that coming out from Steph.
VT is doing really good rotations right now this game.
Yeah, VT.
The Wolfram easily rotates mid, gets that tower as well. Minos just barely missing that pull under his tower. This is gonna be a big fight here, Fatal. There's no way DX needs to just give this up, you know, they gotta fight for this. They don't have Lotus ult though, I feel like they need to wait for that. Oh, but Lotus taking some poke here.
Taking a lot of damage. Baiting for a team
going into the backline.
Gonna get the execution as well as a card does get taken in this backline. Mikio dropping them all solo. Wolfram, oh, he does actually end up dropping. There's been 2 fights in this. Wolfram does actually end up taking the Zakar. Mikio almost takes him out, but just well played here from Mince. He's having a hell of a game right now.
Yeah, this is what I want to see from VT. They're so much better with their rotations. They're not getting caught out as much. And you can see they're taking objectives around the map now. They took Zakar, they took Dragon. You know, they're taking towers. This is really good play from VT this game.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking their playstyle a lot more this game. They're a lot more team-centric right now, working together a lot more than they were in the first game. Sticking together, not letting them find pickoffs, which is what Dio was doing all last game.
Yeah, and they're just rotating together again. They're going to get this dragon.
Yeah, I'm starting to increase their gold lead up to 5, or going to be 5k here shortly. When that gold does hit them, but it is right now just out of 3k.
Oh, but Mikio, he's got to be careful. He's in the enemy jungle. What's he gonna do here?
Look at him. He's just hiding in the camp. He's like, I'm just a little creep.
Very patient.
Don't hurt me. They're actually gonna go in on top on Rockman, and they're gonna blow him up. He's so tanky though. Look at him, just running around, wagging his tail. Can they end up killing him? He's so tanky. It took him so long. Good execution kill though from Minos. Oh my god,
look at this Wolfram.
That's what I was just looking at. Just melts this tower. They're not gonna get a trade up top, but they're gonna go mid as well. Dia or VT just looking so strong in this early game, increasing their gold lead now to another 5K.
Yeah, that was a really bad trade for Zira. They all went top to take that top tower, but they lost 2 towers in return.
That damage from Wolfram on that tower though. Wow.
Yeah, as I was saying, once it hits the 10-minute mark, like Wolfram's just gonna start two-shotting them.
Yeah, this is why you see him banned out a lot. He's just so good at split pushing, so good at 1v1 fighting, and can just cause so much damage to the enemy team, whether it's killing heroes or taking down towers. Minos having an awesome game though against Stiff, doing so much work for his team. I actually really like his pickup here with the gargoyles hard, allowing his team to speed in and out of fights, allowing him to speed in and maybe land those pulls that he's been doing all game.
Yeah, I think it's a very good pickup. Doesn't really offer much in terms
Good
of
damage on the
armor,
Lotus. Does heal herself up though. I do like Dia's high ground with the Cleo and Lotus and Aiden. So it's very hard for them to hit the high ground because Lotus can just ulti whenever they do try to go up the high ground. So I think they need to play this in that manner right now because VT's just sticking together and just allowing Wolfram to do whatever he wants on the map.
Yeah. They know that Wolfram is bot right now, so I'd like to see maybe Minos pop his locket there and just go in.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do though. They're not that far behind actually for how many towers have been taken down this game.
Yeah, they're five towers behind, or sorry, 3 towers behind, and they did lose Dragon and Zakar, so they are pretty even right now, which is a good news for them. Ooh, nice little silence coming out from Mikio, and I think this is where Rockman is really good though at also breaching high ground. He can just kind of run in and cause so much chaos, and he's so tanky that these towers really do nothing to him. So good pickup there after realizing that their high ground was so strong in the draft.
Oh, and it looks like EX, they gotta be careful though. Rockman is gonna initiate, and Minos in the backline pulls Crystal. He's gotta be careful though, he's gotta get back.
Vince doing a lot of damage onto the Lotus here, but not able to actually fight anything. It was kind of just a trade back and forth. Both teams were both afraid to just fully initiate or engage.
Oh my god. Wolfram just shreds towers.
Yeah, does he just shred them?
Yeah, he shreds them. Rips them to shreds.
Yeah, I mean,
With
he's a
his
werewolf,
claws.
yo. He's trying to turn these... Oh, this Minos might be in a bad situation here. His team's trying to go get him. He's just running for his life. No, looks like he's actually gonna die here. Oh, poor Stiff. This Aiden needs to get out as well. This is not looking too hot for
Maybe
him.
his hands were a little stiff there because I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. I can see that being the issue. Wolfram gonna run up and just hit this tower. Look at this tower melt. Boom, boom, boom. Tower is going down. Lotus with a big ult though onto 2-3 of them. Does get stunned by Una though. He's gonna drop so low. Vince trying to finish him off. Una almost gets a return kill. Mikio trying to get turn around and use his ultimate. No, he doesn't go in actually. They do not have Stiff, which is a huge
the binding
issue.
arrow though.
Yeah.
That could have been huge. Oh, but Cleo, she is gonna ulti though. Rockman, why did she go in?
What?
Oh, that's a disaster for
Ayla! What a misplay there by Ayla. That would have been a huge killing that Rockman.
Yeah, that's a disaster. I feel like they really needed that. That would have gave them the opportunity to take Dragon right after, but a little bit of a misplay, but it looks like Minos, he is gonna pop the locket. He's going in ham though. He's going right on the back line. Oh, misses the pull. Lotus gets instantly dropped though. But Kristoff's not very well. Aiden, oh my god, it's a disaster for Dieu.
4-man wipe right now on Mikio. He's just running for his life. He's like, no, you can kill my family, but not me, because his family is dead in this game.
Kill my family.
Oh, wow. Did you see that Una just absolutely decimating this Lotus? Lotus trying to get in there, use her ultimate, but Una does so well there just to blow him up. And game 2, looking like it's gonna go in favor of Virtus. 1-1, Tia versus Virtus.
Victory.
Big game coming out there from Virtus. Very, very well played. Changing up their play style, changing up their picks, and it worked out for them.
Yeah, I think that Wolfram was like the player of the game. He did so much work. You can see his gold, 26K compared to his team and compared to anybody else on the other team. Just
That's
being
a lot of
everywhere
gold.
around the map. Man, he had a hell of a game.
Yeah, that werewolf just such a problem. I really did like Virtus's draft here. Just they had a great idea of what they wanted to do. Just have the split push, make them other team, or sorry, the rest of their team would just stick as four, while Wolfram would just split push because they knew at a certain point that this Wolfram cannot be 1v1 against, regardless of who you are, just because he's so strong in those 1v1 situations. He does get a lot of benefits when he does fight 1v1. He's able to land stuns when he's facing 1v1. And I really did like Virtus's play, but we're gonna be back shortly, guys. We're gonna be doing some giveaways in chat. We'll let you guys know what you're gonna type, but I think it's gonna be exclamation mark giveaway in Twitch chat. We're gonna do a couple giveaways in this game, or sorry, after this game, which did finish. But we're gonna be back for game 3 of this best of 3 series. So we're gonna see who actually takes the series here. We'll be back shortly, guys. Stick around and stick around for your donate or not your donations. I mean, you can donate to me if you want, but no, stick around for the for the giveaways. We'll be letting you guys know in chat and YouTube, you as well. Heroes of all, we'll be spamming some codes in there, so be ready. Don't have stiff hands like Minos did just then. Have some rapid hands because you're gonna be needing those hands to get those codes. Stick around, guys. We'll be back shortly. Ooh.
They're going in onto Dragon. Turo does get dropped. Dragon gets killed by Minos. Arbors does jump in into the back lane. G jumps a huge 4-man ult. And Arbors drops solo. Great out there from Lunaria. And Virtus is just taking this. Ares pops it off but can't get the kill on Burninator. They turn around and they land the kill. Lunaria does drop as well. Vince just killing people in the back lines. Good kill there from Poseidon and Ares combo there.
They know the car's up, but it might be smart to give it up or try to get a steal, but I don't know about engaging.
Guan Yu is going to try to engage. He gets Crystal very low. Godzilla's in the background. Rather, Rockman is. Guan Yu does jump in. They do steal it. This is a good fight for them. Possibly huge kill there from Ezra. Does blow up Burninator. Two of them down. Mikio does drop his ult. Very strange there. He might get blown up for this.
Here it is, here it is. It's gonna go down.
Who gets it? And it's a big... I don't even know who gets the car. Rockman does get the car. So they're going in here. Mikio, Burninator jumping onto the backline, onto this Crystal. Rockman does finish off a kill onto Mikio. Crystal solo, Burninator in here by himself as his whole team is dead.
Jean would just drop her all right on her carry and you'd be able to fight.
Yeah.
And they jump in. Lunaria does blow up Pyrus. Pyrus drops low. Ares does get blown up as well. Vince just shredding people. They get caught out. Poseidon dropping so low. Another kill for Vince. Vince just outplaying damage. Minos dropping so low. Huge coming out from Virtus here. Just changing this game around with this Akar buff. They might actually now. They are going to get it actually. Great play here from SL. Dugu wants to jump. Dugu wants to jump in. 3-man stun. Lunaria misses her ult. Can they get the kill here? Big jump in from the backline from Zhang Fei. Is dropping solo. Doesn't get his ultimate off. SL again doing a lot of work here. Flavia doing so much damage. Dropping low though from Lunaria. Lunaria gets blown up by Ezra. Good kill there from SL.
Yeah, SL have been taking the team fights. They're gonna actually go on this Aiden in the top lane. Lows him up. Big team fight. Flavia pops off.
So Wukong jumps onto him. They blow up Flavia as well. Lunaria. Oh! Huge ulti from Ezra! Onto 3! Oh my god! And they're gonna turn it around off of that! Zhang Fei jumping solo. They're gonna dive. Lulu is gonna dive in. Can't jump. Good stun there. Solus. Oh, just solo. Good Ezra. Good ball for my Minos. What a play. And he does just get...
He's gonna find Minos here actually.
Yeah, he does get caught out. Burninator is gonna look for his
Big Jade's hard for him.
Minos getting really low. He doesn't drop yet though, but Lotus, she is gonna drop the ulti. Mikio doing so much damage to backline, but he does get instantly dropped.
Looks like they're just gonna disengage.
Oh, good play by Lotus. Lotus jumping so low. Oh, big ultimate from Una actually gets the kill onto Lotus. And they're gonna keep poking. Oh, there's another kill there. Jean and Lotus. And
Oh, the party arrow was huge there.
this is big from Keratin. Another kill. Oh my god. 5-man wipe in return for Keratin. It's a game now, Sean. I don't know. Huge fight going in. He's gonna actually jump in, but he can't land the stun. They're gonna go in for the base jump. Vince just hitting the base jump from back, and this is gonna be a huge fight. Huge ulti coming out from Lunaria and Poseidon, hitting on 4 people. Can they do this? Medellin, Vince just doing it, putting in so much work with his shapeshifters. That's a 3 for nothing.
He does moonwalk in, he lines the stun onto Lunaria. Instantly drop Mikio, dropping the ult though. He's gonna have to jump out of here. For Arvis in a lot of trouble. He's getting melted. Absolutely destroyed. Apollo gets stunned. Will they go on to him though?
Oh, they dodged it. What a play from Apollo. This kid's a god. Oh my god, jumps back in and kills the Luna. Oh my god, that was actually nasty by Apollo. What a play.
Lotus stops the ult onto Vince. Vince really low. Lunaria
Saves his team.
Lotus taking the tower.
Oh my god. What play is Chris? Oh, man, Luba jumps in, blows up the Arborist, and Lunaria gets blown up as well. Burninator dropping soul. Good ultimate from Lotus from the side. Gets 3 of them. They're dropping solo. Apollo trying to make plays happen, but he's not able to this time. Lubu trying to get back out. Crystal, the only one alive. They're going in on him. Mikio just doing a bunch of damage, and that's a 4.
Oh, they're gonna pop gargoyles. They're gonna go in.
Apollo pops his deity, gonna try to jump in, jumps in onto the Burninator, does stun him. Burninator dropping solo, Naira has a huge ult, Mikio drops his ult as well, and they might keep trying to engage here. 1 down from both teams, but looks like they're both disengaging, gets frozen separate. A lot of damage out to Harvest, but the Lubu jumps in, does blow up the Lunaria, there's no Lunaria, gets frozen separate in the backline. Mikio solo, they just need a couple more hits.
That's right, this game is unreal.
They absolutely blow up the custom in. You're gonna actually get the ult off. So Wukong, good ult from Lanoya. Blast onto 3. They're actually diving, but Vince focusing the tower so they don't die. The tower gets a tower as well. A 3-for-1 trade.
Looks like there's gonna be engagement on mid. You get Ares lands it on the Minos, and Una gets instantly blown up. Minos in a lot of trouble though. He's gonna fall. Double kill for team. Burnator
kills.
Does fall though. But Vince, he's doing really good kiting. Lotus drops the auto. Apollo, he's gonna slide in. Kill Vince. He might get caught out. Lubu is gonna go in. Big 2-man stun there. He does pop his reflect though, but he gets instantly melted. There's lots of damage coming out in the back line. Electros does go down. Burnator in a lot of trouble though. He's getting caught out. Frozen Scepter going down. He gets instantly blown up. Paris in a lot of trouble. Both of them instantly kills him there.
They're gonna start the card here in the bottom lane though. Burnator does jump in, lands a stun on the Nosferatu. Nosferatu, but River Blood doing a lot of damage to the Burnator. Wukong wants to jump in. Gets actually Frozen Scepter, is so low right now. Lunari with a huge ult, he actually blows up Electros. They're going out to the Burnator, Burnator jumping solo, but he actually jumps out. They're actually gonna try to pull good ulti there from Ares onto the Pandora. Gets the kill, Vince dropping very low, trying to kite. He can't kite, Millions just gets enough blood. Oh, huge ulti from Nosferatu and Electros going on to Virtus. Virtus is dropping so low, they're actually going to chase here. Electros keeps chasing, actually hits the Confuse on the Burnator. Burnator's going to drop so low, Crystal Cam and Poke, and they're going to go on to Pandora on the side. Nosferatu does a lot of damage onto Pandora, dropping so low. Wukong there as well. They do just get the kill onto Xin, so they might go high ground here. Xin is down for 13 seconds. It looks like they're just going to get a second free tower in the bottom lane. Honestly, playing a great game right now, this Electros. Look at them trying to chase him too. I feel like they're wasting so much time. Just let him do this. They should just push down the lane. Have no fear. Yeah, he's gonna split push, but he's not getting really into your tower, your base yet. So I don't know. But let's get away from that. Good stun coming out from Wanya. Going on to the Flavia. She does use ult. They're gonna get the kill here. He can't actually burst her down. She's healing up too much. Uses her heal and they get the return kill on Guan Yu. And they good burst damage from Burnator jumping in. Zhang Fei does get the taunt off. Flavia so low. Oh, Cleopatra almost winning on that backline. Yeah, they're 5k now. Was that a 3k? Now it's a 5k. They might actually catch out Nizar here. Doesn't land the snare. She's so low. The claw just misses. Oh, Lunaria! What a dodge from Nizar though! Ooh, actually jumping on the Poseidon, gets a good stun. They actually chain lock him down so low. Someone going on in the backline, Lunaria gets blown up, and Nizar uses it all. Oh, on the backline here though, they're actually taking a good fight. Luna drops her ult in the middle of all this, and they do take the tower. Aiden just focus the tower down. I actually think that might be a little bit of a strategy there. It's actually kind of smart now that I think about it.
Yeah, if MC were to push high ground, probably a majority of the autos, if they weren't in range, they'd probably just hit the wards instead, so.
Gets a free tower here. Poseidon might be caught out, uses his invincibility, gets jumped on, Frozen Scepter onto him. Apollo does jump into the backline, Lubu dropping solo, tower solo, he does get ultied. Oh, Aiden does get a kill onto Pyrus though. Poseidon so low, used his ultimate to try to finish off Lubu, couldn't finish him off. First tower, going down to MC. Apollo jumping in, gets obliterated though. That's a second kill going in the way. Lunario with a great ult, jumping back in, good kill there from Cleopatra. Levi drops as well.
Yeah, Poseidon's gonna have to position himself really well.
Ooh, these are actually going in. Gets dropped. Can she die? No, she actually gets popped. This is gonna be the first big fight. Jason actually getting low. No, he gets absolutely blown up. Levi getting blown up
as well. Good damage coming out from Cleopatra. Gets Una so low with the Oracle. 1 down. Odd for Nosferatu. 2 down for Dia. They're actually going to reinitiate. Huge damage coming out from Cleo. Gets a double kill there. Onto them. A 3-for-3 exchange. United does drop her ult as well.
The Heroes Evolved Arena Day 3 is coming up with Game 3 of Dia versus Virtus. I'm joined by Sean DeCon here, and we're looking forward to see who is the top 3 teams in Asia. I almost said North America, but I'm talking about Asia right now. Who are the top 3 teams in Asia? Is it going to be Dia or Virtus in that 3rd place category? What are you thinking here, Sean?
I don't know. Both teams proving they can win, and they really want to win this 3rd place prize. Virtus, they came out. They showed us why they're here today. I don't want to say they played bad the first game, but they got caught out a lot, and they weren't really playing against the team as much. But going into the 2nd game, they reworked their strategy a little bit, and they took that 2nd game pretty convincingly, I would say.
Yep. Who do you think is going to take this game 3 without even looking at draft? Just based on what we've seen so far from these 2 teams in the tournament, do you have a favorite and who you think is going to win?
Well, I'm French, so I want Dier to win.
And you are a god, aren't you? So you want Dier to win.
But without looking at draft, I think Dier should probably win this.
Seems like they have a better
like
understanding, right? I just feel like they
Yeah.
have like a very good understanding of how movement and rotations happen on the map.
Yeah, if Dier can play like they did in the first game, I feel like they'll take this 3rd game no problem. But VT, I don't know. It seems like they've worked a few things out with their lineup and their draft as well. And I don't know if VT plays like they played, or if they play like they played last game. Gonna give Dier a little run for their money there.
Yeah, definitely. And this is for some pride in Asia to see who is actually in the top 3 in regards to one of the best teams in Asia. And I mean, I would want to be one of the best teams in Asia. I don't know about you guys, but it means a lot. Definitely means a lot. Going into this game though, I think I have to agree with you in terms of Dia just being a stronger team and just knowing how to rotate around the map. We've seen them doing it all tournament. Just their split pushing and their rotations have been so good. They even know how to defend for so long. We saw that cute little ward set that we talked about earlier and all that stuff. So I mean they like have a great understanding of the game. It's just can they execute? Can they just seem to turn off sometimes and maybe overlook things a little bit. But we are gonna get into the draft here. And you expect to see something very similar, or
I'd like to see something similar coming from VT. I don't want them to ban the Wolfram. I'd like to see them first pick it here. But I guess we'll see what they do. Ban Apollo, which is pretty standard. I don't think VT plays it that much. I don't think they've played it all tournament, so you might as well just ban it out. Apollo being very, very strong. S-Wrath ban coming up from Dieu.
oh, I liked how they were hovering the Ares ban there because they did get
Yeah.
stomp ban in the first game, so good ban there.
Yep, really like that. I'd like to see them keep the Wolfram open and first pick it here.
Yeah,
Like
just
I forget who played it last game. Was it
Wolfram.
yeah,
It was
who played it?
Mince.
Mince?
It was Mince. Yeah, he was shoving mince in people's mouths with his wolf, just putting it in there. Just,
Yeah, I'd like
your
to see.
breath smells, bro. Taking towers and stuff. So he's a
Yeah, I'd
beast.
like to see Mince get back on that Wolfram.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them instant pick it. They're hovering the Luvu. Oh, and they actually missed their ban. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna throw it out there to chat. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick. You can probably tell from my throat and my nose sniffing. I have a bit of a cold, but that's not gonna stop us from streaming this game. That's for sure. And it's not gonna stop me from screaming as well. I know all you guys like hearing me scream. You guys listen to me in your dreams when I scream and stuff. So we'll keep it hype on. I know Sean is gonna keep the hype up, that's for sure. But Una does get picked up, and Virtus, third time in a row they've picked up Una now.
Yeah, and Dia is instantly going to respond with an Aiden and Lunaria pick, which I think is very well thought out. Lunaria, I feel like she's just such a versatile hero. You can use her as a support. You can save people. You can catch people out with her invulnerability ability. You know, you can steal objectives. You can snipe dragon. You know, she's just very, very versatile. I really like that pick.
Virtus just picking almost a very similar draft to the last game, having that crystal and that rock, man. Liking how they're going for it. They know it works, so they're gonna keep going for it. And Dia does pick up the Lunaria and Aiden, so they did have the Aiden previously, I think in game 1 too, and they pick up the Guan Yu and Lubu. So a little bit of a different strat coming out from Dia right now, and I actually kind of like it. I'm a big fan of both of these heroes. They accomplish the same thing, and they're both very strong on team comps that Virtus is trying to run here with a backline that's very good at poking. Both of these heroes can get in onto that backline and do a lot of damage. So I really like it coming out from Dia.
If you can see VT's lineup, it's a little bit changed from last game. They had, I think last game, they had just the Rockman tank, but now they have Burninator and Rockman, so that's a lot of frontline for them. So these three other carries are going to have to output a lot of damage if they're going to want to win these team fights. Last game they did have the Wolfram, so that, you know, it made up for a lot of their damage. I probably would have liked to see them pick a Mikio instead of the Burninator, but maybe they feel like they can, you know, the three carries can do enough damage to win these fights. We'll see.
I want to see this. I want to see how Stiff does on Lubu. I mean, he's been probably the player for Dia that's getting things, or making things happen on the map. In the first game, he was doing so much on areas, and in that last game on Minos, he was accomplishing so much as well. So I want to see how much he can accomplish on Lubu. He is a very strong hero in terms of just getting onto the back line and creating things on the map by just like being able to jump around, land stuns. So I want to really see how Stiff goes in this hand, and I want to see if Virtus is going to go aggressive again into the jungle, possibly take a buff. But we're getting right into game 3 of this best of 3 against Virtus versus Dia, and they're instantly gonna go in, gets a stun off on Mince. Mince, you gotta start hunting, buddy, it's not worth it. And they're gonna defend their buff. Actually, Dia's the one that goes aggressive, and I like this already. Fights happening early, and they don't get the steal off. Crystal actually gets the speed buff, and look at Burninator. He's actually gonna go for the steal himself now. So Virtus might, for the 3rd game in a row, get 2 buffs off the start.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Dia right now. They put so much effort to try and steal that buff, and they did not get it anyway.
He gets a defense buff. Oh, Lubu!
He's gonna jump over the wall.
Ooh, actually misses the stun. Good poke onto him though.
Yeah, Zira actually put a lot of time wasted into stealing that buff, and they didn't get it. And in return, they lost 2 buffs. But they do have the gold lead, so...
Yeah, I think the gold lead comes from leeching the waves so far, because the waves are pushed in. But the gold lead should come back to basically even after they farm these bottom. Yeah, so it is gonna be okay for them. Good damage coming out from Rai in the mid lane.
You look at Crystal. She just, with her speed buff, she's just gonna poke the Guan Yu, not allowing him to jungle at all.
Yeah, it's good play from her. She's just kind of playing like a little roaming role right now, just causing havoc all over the map. Not letting Guan Yu to do anything. And Stiff getting a lot of pressure onto his tower here. Already at half health. Yeah, they're gonna need to TP someone in because soon enough this tower will drop. And Lubu actually TPs out into the bottom lane, so they do a lane swap here. And Lubu might get gone on here by Rockman. Rockman actually goes, but he does jump just in time. Stiff did not have stiff hands there, as you like to say. He was really quick right there to just dodge that Burninator stun.
Dragon is spawning in 20, so both teams probably gonna try and get some vision around. Buff getting maybe stolen. Kanuda.
Oh, they actually jump in and they blow him up! That's a nice combo there from Guan Yu and Cleo.
Yeah, Crystal, she tried to steal the buff. I think she actually stole it, but it cost her her life, so not really worth it in my opinion, especially with dragon spawning.
Yes, it is up, but I mean it is a low def cooldown, so she is up already, and she does TP in, and they know that dragon's up. Ooh, stiff.
Ooh.
Stiffy. He's getting in there.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just turn and just land this stun onto Una over the wall or something. Try and get in there and make a play.
I like this Rockman skin. It looks pretty cool. It's like a gladiator.
Oh, I like this. I like how they're pulling it around.
Yeah, they do have a ward on it, so they know if Dia does try to start to do it. They're actually trying to wrap around to find something. Lulu and Guan Yu going in together. It is dropping really low. He actually jumped in. That's a good stun on the back line here, and they're going in, and they actually do get the dragon with Lunaria. She does use her ulti as well. Good zoning there from Guan Yu onto the Una, and it actually allows him to take dragon for free, so well played there from Dia.
Yeah, Guan Yu initiated on stun the Una so that she couldn't drop her ult inside the pit, and that's a free dragon for Dia.
Yeah,
so really
Aiden and Lunaria just kind of took it, and I think Lunaria used her ult actually just to secure it.
There needs to be TPs from Dia here. They're gonna lose this mid tower. There's two TPs.
He tries to land a binding, but that was kind of a miss by Ayler. And just something to note actually, Dia does change up their players' positions a decent amount.
Well, that time, Vince getting initiated on. Guan Yu actually lands a stun there, but Lulu, Guan Yu, he doesn't get him though. Oh, can Lunaria snipe? Oh, she doesn't have her ulti up.
Oh, yeah. What a heal there from Vince. But as I was saying, Dia does switch their positions around a bit. Ayler F was playing the mid lane last game on the Cleo, I'm pretty sure. And now this game, it's actually Yarp on it. So maybe just more comfortable on Aiden than anyone else.
They're just grouping right here. And looks like
big
going where they all. Huge stun by Burninator. Crystal landing a 3-man AoE. They're really low. They gotta retreat. Lands the binding arrow. Good disengage.
One kill, yeah, that's a very good disengage. Only giving up one kill. They do lose the tower though. And that was a big ult from Lunaria, but just couldn't follow up with anything. They're looking to push this mid lane as well. Get another tower here. Gold very even, so Guan Yu might be trying to jump in here. He actually does. Gets a good stun onto Rockman. They're going to try to pull him up. Do so much damage, but he's so tanky. He's not falling. He finally falls. Good secure kill there from Cleopatra. So they do get a return kill there. They do punish the Rockman for trying to take that tower. They do eventually take that tower, but it's a pretty even trade there. 2 towers going in favor of VT right now, but they are still behind 1,000 gold.
Yeah, they're still behind 1,000 gold, but they do. Dia actually does lose a lot of map control by losing those 2 tier 1s. But I think, I don't know, the way VT's playing right now, they're just grouping a lot. I feel like, you know, they're playing their comp right now.
Car is up right now.
They are gonna be TPing in the bot lane. VT is gonna TP. Lands a stun onto Cleo.
Cleo!
Oh,
Cleo!
Crystal!
Whoa!
Nice kill coming out from Crystal.
Well done, Viva Peru! Even though they're not from Peru, Viva Virtus though. Burninator gonna go in on mid.
Initiating in the center, he's in a lot of trouble actually, he's melting. Aiden doing some good kiting. Lubu, you gotta get out of there. But Crystal,
they're gonna chase.
Land the stun. Will she land it?
They're gonna chase! They don't want to follow up though. I like these plays coming out from VT, and Viva doing a lot of work on this Crystal. He's not even a main farmer for the team. He's kind of played like a support, but he is starting to build like a tank.
Oh my god, they're starting the car.
Not like a tank, like a farmer.
Play.
Yeah, their tank Burninator's taking so much damage. This tower's so low at the bottom. These creep might be able to get it. I would like to see Lubu just go down here and take this tower, just because he's so inherently tanky. He can just take this tower, and that's looks like what he's gonna do. Actually, I'd like to see that coming up from him.
Guan Yu actually pushing top as well, so they're gonna be applying a lot of pressure. But BT, they do read it. They're gonna start the car. But Lubu, he sees it. Will he go in the pit? He's gotta make a decision.
Lubu does go in.
Nice stun there. Big damage coming out from Lunaria. Doing so much damage. They're really low. Guan Yu, he's gonna jump in. He's doing so much damage on his spin!
Viva, oh my god!
They're so low!
Viva, I'm gonna try to turn this around! Oh! Good ulti from Aiden! And that's actually a 4 for nothing right there, going in the way of Dia! And I think that was really risky play from Virtus, and they do get punished for it. Dio gonna take 4 people, a tower, and Zakar. The tides have turned for Virtus.
Oh my god, and look at the gold. Just one team fight, and they're behind 10k. And they are gonna probably get this mid tower as well.
Yeah, at least get a lot of damage. That was very weird play there from Virtus. It's so hard to take Zakara, especially this early when the other team is around. It does so much damage. You can see that Burnator and Rockman drop so low. Good. No, they didn't actually get the steal. Lunari does drop her ult as well to try to secure that, and they do get it. Cleo gets the dragon for her team. But it's very strange to see teams go for the Zakar early on when they know the other team is around, because it does so much damage. That Burnator and Rockman were both already half HP when they're trying to take that Zakar, and it made it so much easier for Dio just to take them down. Those are supposed to be the frontliners that can tank a lot of damage, but when you're half health, there's only so much damage you can tank. He's actually gonna go in here. Rockman runs in. He's actually getting out damaged right now by Aiden using his ult over the wall, but they're not able to find anything. Aiden did have the attack buff, so he was outputting so much damage on this Rockman. Guan Yu is pushing. Alright, good job there.
Tower. Wow.
Yeah, mid is really low too, and top. They might put pressure here on top for it. Our top, they saw a couple of TPs go in, so this is a free tower. Yeah, dude, great rotations here. Guan Yu looks like he might try to go on bottom on Una.
Yeah, I really like that from Dia.
Ooh, Cleo actually jumps in. Huge drop there from Lunaria. What a play there from Dia. That combo was so good.
Nice binding arrow setup from Aiden. Really well played.
If you saw what happened, they used Locket so Cleo can get in, land the snare. Aiden lands his binding arrow right on top with Lunaria just blowing her up. At the end of it, Viva is actually dying from that combo, which was pretty insane combo. I really like that coming out from Dia.
Yeah, Dia is putting a lot of pressure. They're using Guan Yu to just shove in bot lane, and it's forcing a lot of TPs out from DT, allowing Dia to make plays around the map, and they secured a tower there and a kill, and they're probably going to secure this mid tower pretty soon.
Yeah, they're gonna try to put pressure here.
Oh, nice 3-man start coming up from Una, doing so much damage. Cleo gets instantly dropped there.
Will they do it? I'm coming from the back line. No, can they get anything done? Guan Yu does use his spin. Una trying to get out of there. Run, Una. She does actually get out. Burnator is doing so much work in this fight. Actually does drop, but he was landing a really good 3-man stun. Oh, Una just survives. Look at her. Yeah, you bounce your way back to the fountain because you almost dead. But she actually does survive there. And that fight, they're going to jump on to Vince. He tries to jump away. But Zin gets caught out. And we've seen this countless times.
Yeah, never, buddy.
Zin just always getting caught out. Oh, no. Una actually might get caught out as well.
Comboed with the Guan Yu there. Oh, Guan Yu's diving so far. You're going way too deep, buddy.
Ooh, good nice snipe there onto.
Oh, he actually baited the ult out of Una.
Yeah. That's a nice little jump over the wall.
Yeah, he jumped over the wall and Una instantly dropped their ult. Yeah, this is the Dia I wanted to see. They're just making so many plays around the map and buying so much space for the rest of the team to just make plays around the map.
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's at 15k gold lead right now. And let's actually take a look at the items, which we haven't had a time to look at because there's been so much action happening in this game. But we can see Lubu going for a little bit more of an aggressive fighting build on Stiff. He does get the Jade Tower, which I'm pretty sure is called the Dodge Crystal, from what I've been told. And he does get the hammer as well to output some little more damage. They're actually gonna go in here, and no, they actually don't follow up. I thought Cleo might have actually followed her claw, jumped in, but doesn't seem to do it.
Ooh, just misses the binding arrow though.
Lots of damage coming out from Cleo. I don't think VT can take this fight. Stiff, a big good ult from Lunaria, and they're actually gonna dive in here, right?
So much damage in the backline with his spin. Una is in a lot of trouble. He does land a stun on her. Will she go down though? She does fall. Oh, and Lubu, he is going back in. He's like, you're by yourself.
Oh, you gotta run, Zin. You gotta run, buddy. Good damage.
Oh, Ayler, he's just doing so much damage right now. That's 3 for 0. It looks like they're gonna lose a base turret here.
Yeah. Not looking too hot. Aiden actually does pop his ultimate. Ooh, they're gonna jump in. Stun on Rockman. Fighting Arrow does combo. And they use the Frozen Scepter. Can they blow him up? Lubu actually dies to the tower. But it is worth it. They do get super troops in this mid lane. Oh! Mince almost gets actually sniped by Lunaria. Oh my god. Mince survived with just a sliver of HP there.
Your fort has been destroyed.
We're just getting outplayed right now by Dia, just by rotations, and their team fight is just so good from Dia. I really like this Guan Yu Lubu combo, just doing so much work on the backline of Virtus. The dragon going in the way of Dia as well.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what BT can do right now to get back in this game. They just got to take one really good team fight and turn the gold swing around, because Dia right now, they're just, you know, they're so far ahead. 26k 26k gold difference. It looks like Dia, they are going to start Sakar, no problem. But BT does spot it, and it looks like they're going to go in. Burnator, he is in there. But Guan Yu, he does initiate it. Huge spins into the center. Una, she's got to run away. Good kiting there, though.
So low.
But Crystal lands a stun on Lubu. Oh, again! Big two-man stun there. Triple kill coming from Cleo.
And Yarp
Aiden,
doing so much work.
following Zakar.
He's actually might die here. Oh no, he drops his does take a lot of damage though. Yeah, not looking too hot for Virtus right now. Spawns are coming up in 20 seconds for their whole team to actually be up. So this is where Dio can take advantage here. Try to get another super troops in one of the lanes, and I think that's what they're gonna go for. Yeah, this Aiden just doing so much damage with that Ragnarok cannon. I think that's what Vince is going for next as well.
Yeah. And Stiff, he's just playing so well on this Lubu. He's not looking very stiff this game, that's for sure.
He definitely isn't.
Burnator actually initiating, he instantly pulls up bait in there. Guan Yu, he's gonna initiate onto Una, doing so much damage with the spin. He's gotta run though, gets instantly dropped. This is so good for VT, they should keep going here.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's a two-man wipe right now. They're gonna actually chase this Cleo. They should keep going. I don't see why they aren't. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They should push out this bottom lane as well. It's gonna coming in. It's a lot of free gold, but maybe they're gonna try to get super creeps of their own. They know two are down. Good play coming out from VT. Oh, good Lunaria just to push the wave out. Smart play there from Lunaria, getting some damage on the wave. Not allowing them to push anymore. Look at this bottom wave though. So much gold there. So good fight. This could be a comeback here from Virtus, doing so well.
Yeah, Burnator went off that last fight. He found the play. He saw Aiden was a little bit caught out there, and he just took the opportunity, and they instantly blow him up before the fight even started, and it allowed VT to win that fight. And I feel like those are the type of plays they got to make to come back in this game.
Yeah. Gold lead still heavily in favor of Dia. So they need to keep playing this high ground defense, and Vince actually does finally pick up his Ragnarok cannon, so he will be hitting those crits as well and gonna start putting out a lot more damage than he was previously. Frozen Scepter up on Lunaria as well. I'd like to see Cleo pick up a Frozen Scepter as well, just to have those double Frozen Scepters chain CC the enemy team would be very good here. Ooh, good stun onto Cleo. She actually just jump out. So pushing out mid lane here. Wonder.
Yeah, Crystal's got to be careful. She can't just run outside of her base like that to clear the wave, because one jump from Lubu or Guan Yu and she can die instantly. So she's got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, Dia is splitting up a little bit. Guan Yu running up back to get the buff here, trying to see possibly if he can get a defense or attack buff, which is probably the best one. Speed, not too bad either. Allow him to stick onto the back line if need be. Get in out of fights a lot quicker, so.
And honestly, I think the more this game goes on, VT actually has a chance.
I agree. Vince, Una, and Crystal do so much work in those late game with damage, and Mince just gets stronger on that rock, man. The tankier he gets, he becomes so much more useful.
Yeah, I think the later this game goes, that
they can't be giving up free tower damage, which they're about to do right now in the bottom top lane. Sorry, they actually do clear the illusion.
Yeah, as I was saying, the more this game goes on, I think Rockman and Burninator, they're going to be tankier and tankier, and it's going to be harder to kill their front line.
Yeah, very hard to kill that front line. Look at Mince right now, taking so much damage.
Good damage from that claw. Oh, look at the snipe.
That's a two-man ulti. They're gonna get a free tower. They're actually gonna jump in. They actually chain CC the Crystal, and they're diving all the way into the base. And it might actually be their downfall. VT turning the tides. Burninator doing so much work. Gonna keep diving. He's gonna actually keep going in. Aiden does take the top tower. But they can't find anything else. It's a 1-for-1. Maybe DX did jump in a little too far, but it does secure them a top lane of super troops.
Yeah, that was a really good trade out of Deer there. They did lose the Lubu in trade for another kill, I think, and tower, so...
Yeah, good ulti there from Nulari to allow the Guan Yu and Lubu to jump in onto the Crystal, who was so low, and they chain CC'd it so perfectly, allowing them to get the kill.
Yeah, before that fight even started, VT was so stacked on that top tower that Cleo landed like a 4-man claw, and then Lunara instantly ulted and landed like a 3-man ult.
Like half health.
So it allowed them, and it bought them space because they all had to run to the fountain. They were able to initiate and take that top turret, no problem.
Luna actually building one of the dodge crystals as well to deal with this chain CC they have from Guan Yu and Lubu. Good pickup there from her.
Zakar is spawning, and I feel like VT, they really got to fight for this. They can't just give up Zakar here because, you know, they have 2 base turrets down. You know, if DX just takes Zakar here, I feel like they can push right up. And it looks like VT, they are walking around Zakar. It seems like they are going to contest this.
Luna
This would be the play, in my opinion.
So she needs to deal with all these wards that Dio are putting down. They have so much wards around. They're actually gonna just give up Zakar. I don't think they can. I think it's actually kind of smart from Virtus, just because I know you want them to go contest, but Dio could have just easily just played like tic-tac-toe with them and just kind of not actually do Zakar and just stand around, put down wards, pretend they're gonna do it, then back off, pretend they're gonna do it while they're mid and top lane push in. So I think it might have just been safer for Virtus to go back, clear those waves, and just wait for them to come.
Yeah, I guess at some point that, you know, they'd have to go back and defend anyway, so. I would have liked to see them maybe fake back though and then turn around and try and, you know, because as soon as they saw VT back up, DX instantly went on it, so I would have liked to see them maybe fake back and then turn around.
Yeah, maybe that would have been a little nice little play from VT, but
we have seen a lot of team wipes where the other team has the car and, you know, they just get instantly team wiped. You know, they take a bad fight. We have seen games like those, huge turnarounds, and I feel like that's what VT needs right now. It comes down to that one fight, and it looks like VT, are they going to initiate out of their base tier? I don't think that's the play. Unless
yeah,
they can catch someone out.
Should keep their high ground here, but they do know that Dio is spread out a decent amount. Trying to push in all the lanes at the same time. Ooh, good claw.
The claw, yeah. Nice little poke there. Yeah, and you're right.
Vince actually just blows up Cleo! It's 3 crits, what a play there from Zin! And we know Zin can make plays like that.
Do anything about this.
They need to go aggressive here, Virtus. That was a good play there by Zin. Actually, just two shots the Cleo. Oh God.
Wow. And it looks like Lubu, he was actually thinking about going in on that there. I don't think that would have been the play. It looks like they're just gonna fall back and take the dragon.
Looks like they're trying to push in mid, but that's gonna be difficult when Guan Yu is still pushing this bottom lane.
Yeah, and he might actually get caught out. Crystal is looking to catch him out. She lances a freeze, but Guan Yu is gonna turn. Lance the stun, but good Anubis from Crystal there. Instantly counters him. Rockman pops the reflect. Guan Yu in a lot of trouble. Lubu, he's initiating the backline. Positive reflect. There's so much damage. He's gonna fall though. Rockman in a lot of trouble. Aiden doing some good kiting. They gotta fall back.
Yeah, 1 for 1 right there. Good play there from Crystal. I think she could have held on to her Anubis a little longer, but she wasn't able to, and she actually used it pretty early, and allows for Lubu to actually reinitiate from the Guan Yu and get the kill onto her. But it's a 1 for 1 trade.
Yeah, she used it when she was about half. If she, you know, I guess she was just panicking maybe. Maybe nerves got to her and she used it a bit too early, but I think if she would have held on to it, she would have survived that.
Yeah, maybe her hands were a little stiff.
Maybe her hands are a little sweaty. She hit the wrong key. Not sure.
Yeah.
Pretty intense game, so hands
Yeah.
are sweaty right now, Fatal.
Hands are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on Zin's sweater already.
Nervous.
Talking about. But Zin actually doing so much work right now on this Vince. Playing a lot better than he has been previously, and he actually is trying to make plays, and that's what I mean by Zin. We were talking about it in the last previous games. He's a very aggressive carry player, and he can make plays like that happen, but sometimes he does get punished for it.
Yeah, and I do like him on the Vince rather than the Aiden, because Vince allowing him to have so much range over the Aiden right now. He's able to be aggressive and use his range to his advantage. It looks like they're going in on top, maybe? Oh, Lubu's gonna dash away. Luna just missing her stun there.
So just casual stuff coming out here, just clearing waves. Cleo actually, I thought she might have jumped in there, but she actually doesn't jump in there.
It's gonna come down to this next fight.
Yeah,
I know two base turrets are down. VT's not out of this. They win one good fight,
Yeah,
you know, and have 2 or 3 members alive, then they can push right down mid.
Yeah, especially with how hard this Vince hits. If he does survive and they do take a full team wipe, they could be game winning just because respawn timers are starting to get really high now, probably up to 50, 60 seconds. So it's going to be very hard to defend if they do get team wiped.
And I think Tier, you know, they don't want to force anything. They really want to secure this 3rd place. They're probably just gonna wait for Zakara here and reset the map, put some aggressive wards down, and take good control.
Jump.
Oh, good binding arrow though.
They don't have Lubu. They don't have Guan Yu though. He's just pushing bottom. Ooh, Lunaria just used her ult. She's like YOLO it. Used it. This cart is coming up in 25 seconds.
Yeah, Lubu was really tempted. He did land the binding arrow though. He was so set up to make a play there, but they didn't have Guan Yu, so they didn't want to fight that 4v5.
Yeah.
Really good discipline from Dia. Knowing that it was 4v5, and you know they don't want to take the risk, even though it was really well set up for him.
Yeah, I'd like to see Burnator maybe pick up a Vengeful Deity as well. Just offers a little bit of extra damage if they do try to just blow him up when he jumps onto the backline. Really strong item, especially against heroes such as Aiden, who can just kill himself off of Burnator or off of Rockman.
So Dia gonna take an easy Zakar here. And it looks like they're gonna reset. Probably get some aggressive wards. They do have that Oracle, so they'll be able to de-ward all of these wards in the enemy base.
Yep.
They'll probably put some high ground wards just to see where.
You can see the ward starting to come down for VT in their base.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do similar to what Zier did yesterday. That would really help them out since they're all pretty much full build right now anyway. At least it'll allow the creeps to hit the wards rather than the base. But it looks like they are split pushing really well right now.
Yeah,
they're gonna
very
keep
hard
Guan
for
Yu in the top lane for a little bit. Yeah.
This game
Guan
is
Yu's
definitely gonna depend a lot on if Vince can stay alive and output that damage. Because he's definitely going to be the one dealing the most damage for VT in this later portion of the game.
He's got to stay back right now and just use his ult. If he plays aggressive right here, this could be game losing. He can't get stunned out like one.
Going in the shit though. Good damage coming off.
Good claw damage. There's a Lunaria ult. Lubu just kind of baiting.
Oh, Vince doing so much damage! Oh, he actually gets jumped and turned on by Guan Yu! He blows up Vince! Vince, such a misplay now! This could be game losing for Dia! Lubu jumping into the back on Viva, but Bordinator getting low, Binding Arrow coming out! They're so low! Stiff is just taking the tower right now! And they're losing! Oh, and Mix is gonna get that! He's taking the tower and he's dying here! Can they defend their base? I'm not sure they can!
Nice. Una, she's got to clear this wave though, it's too strong, but it looks like the base is just going down. Nice stuff from Una, but it's not enough.
And yeah, take game 3 and win this series 2-1 over Virtus. Zin tries to make a play onto NMP on that Guan Yu. Guan Yu pops that Vengeful Deity and absolutely melts Xin. What a play there by NMP to turn the strides there. Xin, bit of a downfall.
That's exactly what you were mentioning. As he's such an aggressive ADC, he always tries to make a play, but you can see it backfiring there. Guan Yu popping the Vengeful Deity, and instantly Vince blows himself up by attacking the Guan Yu there, and that's the pros and cons of having an aggressive ADC. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but I feel like that wasn't the time to try and make a play for your team there.
No, it definitely wasn't, especially knowing that he has the Vengeful Deity. He actually used his escape to actually go in even further, and it allowed NMP to just jump and turn on him. So definitely was not the play there, and that was actually
when you're the main source of damage, that like you just don't want to try and make a play like that.
No, especially this late into the game. I mean, it would be awesome if he can make a play, but you need to be doing those plays onto heroes that you can actually kill. You know, on a hero like Guan Yu or Lu Bu, it's very dangerous, and I think that might have been the downfall. So
yeah, instantly getting blown up before the fight even started. I mean, when you're Vince and you're full build and you two-shot people, you really don't want to die before the fight even starts. You know, like he's their main source. He's pretty much their only main source of damage. Where Una and Crystal at this point, you know, they just pretty much provide the CC for the Vince to blow everybody up. But not having that Vince for the last team fight was just, you know, it was game losing.
Yep, Vince falls. And because of that, Virtus does fall as well. Do you take the series 2-1, getting third place prize? So we're just going to give you guys a little more information before we do go. Just to let you guys know, the finals will not be happening today. It's going to be happening on October 27th to 29th at the ESGS in Manila, which we're looking forward to. Hopefully, it's going to be a good series, and we did see two very strong teams go into that finals with Mercenaries versus Luminous.
Pretty excited for that.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some giveaways, I think, in chat, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Big shout out to everyone that stayed with us throughout this whole tournament, that woke up early as hell, like, with us, making me sick, making me scream, making me crack my voice, making Sean wake up as well. Appreciate all your support, guys.
I'm so sick right now, but it was for sure worth it. Some hype games.
Yeah, hopefully
also,
you guys.
Don't forget to follow Heroes Evolved on Twitter, Facebook for all future information for future tournaments. You'll probably get a lot of information on the finals for Asia, which is going to be in the Philippines, Manila, next month. So follow Heroes Evolved for more information. And yeah, we're going to be doing some giveaways like Fatal said. Probably, I think I got 5 or 6 skin premier skins to give away, and also about 6 gift packs, in-game gift packs. So stick around for that.
Yep, and just the last thing to mention to you guys, there is going to be 2 more HEC arenas happening before that finals does happen in Manila. It's going to be in the North American, which I think is October 21st weekend, and the South American as well, which is I think the weekend before that. So, I mean, sign up now because oh, it's going to be one hell of a run, and I'm looking forward to it. But on that note, we're going to be signing off here. Dia does take the series 2-1. We'll be in chat, guys. Thanks a lot for everything, and big shout out to all those viewers out there. Have a good day, or good night, or good morning. See you guys.